Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into one of life's biggest and honestly most confusing purchases, buying a house. But we're going to make it simple, using this absolutely brilliant analogy from the channel Primate Economics that involves monkeys, leaves, and of course, bananas. Let's jump in.
Okay, so this is it. This is the fundamental question. The big dream of owning your own place. But how? How does a monkey actually buy a home? For most of us, the path feels like you're lost in a really dense jungle.
So the source breaks it down into three main ways to get there. Option 1, just be rich. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Let's just cross that one off the list. Option 2, inherit a house from your parents. Also great, but let's assume that's not in the cards. So that leaves option 3, the path for pretty much everyone else. You get a loan.
So, with those first two options gone, our monkey's quest for a home officially begins. And the entire journey, the entire dream, it all hinges on one single powerful financial tool that makes it all possible.
And here it is, the mortgage. You can think of it as the key that unlocks the front door. But it's not a gift, not at all. It's a gigantic loan that you promise to pay back, piece by piece, plus interest, over a very long time.
All right, so here's the first big hurdle. You can't just stroll into a bank and ask for a giant pile of leaves. Nope. You have to prove you're a responsible monkey, someone they can actually trust to pay it all back.
The Monkey Bank has this really strict checklist. First, they want to see a stable job. Proof that you've got a steady paycheck coming in. Second, a good credit score, which shows you have a history of paying your bills on time. And third, and this one's a big one, you need to have already saved up a good chunk of leaves for a deposit.
And this right here, this is the first massive wall you've got to climb. Your deposit is usually somewhere between 10 and 20% of the house's total price. So for a million leaf house, you need to show up with at least 100,000 leaves saved up just to get in the game.
So, if you manage to check all the bank's boxes, you get pre-approved. This is like the golden ticket. The bank tells you exactly how much they're willing to lend you, and that means the hunt, the real hunt, can finally begin.
Now we get to the fun part. Well, fun and maybe a little bit terrifying. You're officially on the hunt for that perfect banana house. You're not just looking for any place to live, you're looking for the place.
After searching high and low, Monkey finally spots it. The dream home. It's perfect, it's rare, it's everything they wanted. But there's almost always a catch. You're probably not the only monkey who thinks it's perfect.
And when lots of monkeys want the same house, that often means one thing: an auction. The starting bid is set, the tension ramps up immediately, and the craziness begins. And then it just explodes. The bids start flying. 400,000 leaves turns into 450, then 500 as every monkey frantically tries to outbid everyone else. It's a frenzy.
And just like that, sold. The huge takeaway here is that in a competitive market, that asking price is more of a suggestion. The final selling price can skyrocket way past what you ever thought you'd pay.
So, Monkey is celebrating. They won the house, the hard part's over, right? Well, not so fast. Just when you think you can relax, a surprise attack comes out of nowhere. It's the hidden fees.
I mean, just look at this list. It is absolutely overwhelming. It feels like it never ends. There are application fees, appraisal fees, inspection fees, lawyer fees. It is truly death by 1,000 paper cuts before you even get the keys.
After all that, Monkey finally has the keys to the banana house. Success. But the journey is not over, not by a long shot. In fact, a whole new reality, one that's going to last for about 30 years, has just begun. Welcome to your new life in debt.
One of the first big decisions you have to make is about your interest. You could get a fixed-rate mortgage where the rate is predictable. As the slide says, it's like Monkey's love for bananas. It just stays the same. Or you could get an adjustable rate, which is more like an elevator. It can go up, it can go down, making your monthly payments a whole lot less predictable.
And really, this all boils down to a fundamental trade-off. The pros are huge.
For sure. You get a home, you build wealth over time, you improve your credit. But the cons, they are just as serious. You're in debt for decades. You pay back way more than you borrowed, and this is the scary one, if you can't make your payments, the bank can literally take your house.
And then you see this, and it just stops you in your tracks. The word mortgage literally translates from Old French to death pledge. I mean, let that sink in for a second. It was a pledge you were bound to until it was paid off or until you died. It's a heavy concept, but it really captures how serious this commitment is. So, okay, Monkey understands the whole process now. Get pre-approved, find the house, win the bid, survive the avalanche of fees, and then start paying it off for the next 30 years. Simple enough, right? But there's one last, crucial piece of context we need to talk about. And this is the question every single person asks themselves right before they start this journey. You do your research, you save your money, you feel like you're ready. How hard can it actually be out there?
And the source leaves us with this final, brilliant, and slightly terrifying thought. Because understanding the process on paper is one thing, but facing the wild, unpredictable reality of today's actual housing market? Well, that's a whole different jungle, and maybe the biggest challenge of them all.